Good Moxie morning. Okay. As you start to join me here, I want to talk about, there are several reasons why when I start working with someone or I talk to them for the first time and they share with me, good morning Taylor, and they share with me that they're struggling, okay, or something hasn't happened or something hasn't worked for them. When they share these things with me or I actually start working with them, I discover there's about 5 actually reasons why sometimes we really struggle and it's not happening for us. And I'm referring to, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Crystal O'Connor, and I own and created Moxie Entrepreneur, and I've created groups and programs to teach women and men too, small business owners, how to market online. But the reason why, one of the main reasons why, I said there were 5, but I want to just talk about one. The main reason why it's not working for them in their coaching or consulting business, whoops, sorry about that, is because, sorry about that, I keep getting phone calls. The main reason that they can't make it work for them is because they don't believe in their product or program yet, not enough. So it has to do with confidence. And a lot of times it's not confidence, it's not necessarily confidence in ourselves, although that's a big component with putting yourself out there, putting yourself on video. There's got to be some confidence there. But I'm referring to what happens when you're not selling your product or program. And let's say you've got it all together, you've got a great name, you've got the messaging down, and you're not really doing the kind of marketing that you need to. And it goes beyond putting yourself on camera. There's actually something internally going on many times when there's a struggle with your confidence that it will work for people. So if you don't have the confidence that your product or program can get your client the results that you're saying or that you would like them to achieve, then we need to look at that. So I need you to look at it too and ask yourself, what's that all about? So people pick up on energy and confidence in your product or program or your coaching, the result. You being confident in that result comes out one way or the other. The whole fake it till you make it thing, you can only do that a little bit, okay? And everything is energy, okay? So how we speak and even the tempo of me being on this video, okay? There's a tempo to things. People are picking up on a lot of things, and if you're not confident about your product or service, they're gonna pick up on it, and they're not gonna be confident. So you need to be confident. When a person is able to express that confidence through their energy, and I know, for instance, I know to my core that my products work because if they do the work and they actually implement the pieces that are required to get them to 6 figures or beyond, okay? So when I say that I can help you get your product, your annual income or your annual profit, what you made last year, and help you get it in a month's time and then consistently get it, because once we get your marketing down and position and things correctly and then work on the leverage component and systems within the business, I know that can happen. I know it can happen because I did it myself. So because I've been able to do it myself, that gives me the confidence to say that I know, and I know that I can teach someone else to do it. Now, I can't guarantee that someone is going to do the work, right? That's different. But where I'm going with this is, how confident are you that your product or service works? Do you really believe it to a core? Ask yourself. And then ask yourself, well, if I do, why aren't I doing the marketing necessary? Why aren't I doing the education-based marketing? Education-based marketing is one of the most powerful marketings there is out there. And it's because they say 30% of your prospects and the people that need you, your perfect ideal client, they don't know that you exist and they don't know that your product should help them. And that's where education-based marketing comes in and fills that gap. It fills that gap. Excuse me, I'm gonna get a drink of water. But it fills that gap, and that's the gap that you need to close with your marketing. Okay, so you've got to be really confident about that, and confident in your energy, in the way you educate people, in the way you project all of it. Okay, you've got to be confident. And it goes down to that. So I mentioned there were 5 others, and I didn't necessarily want to bring them up because I wanted to focus on that one thing. But, you know, having clarity and being crystal clear about what it is, where it is that you want to go with your product or service, how many people that you want to help, you know, write that down too, get specific about that. But it comes down to, are you confident? Are you projecting that confidence? Because that confidence is what is going to connect you to your prospect. Okay, so the result, put it in a measurable form. What is that? Measurable. Measurable always always be one of the most powerful ways to market. Because think about why that is, and then I'll give you some examples. A measurable result helps people see it. They see it. They can take that measurable result that you mentioned and they can apply it to themselves or in their life, okay? So it's easier for them to see the result when it's measurable. Okay, so what is a measurable result? Think about the results that you've gotten for your clients, and then put it into numbers if you can. Did they lose 10 pounds in 2 months, 10 pounds in a month, 20 pounds in a month? That's a measurable result. So this amount of, they lost this amount in this amount of time. Perfect example, and we see it all the time, right? With Jenny Craig and LA Weight Loss and Weight Watchers, we see that all the time. And there's a reason for that, because it works. So what kind of measurable result can you put in your marketing, and how often can you do that? And can you be confident with what you're saying, okay? And I was talking to a group last night on a webinar, teaching them a few things about marketing and online business. And one of the things that was asked was, can I, or if I've never had a client, like I'm just starting out, can I work with a few people and for free, basically, is where the question was going, and to get some testimonials, and you know, it's beta testing. So the answer is, of course, yes. Okay, so put a few people in a group. If you want to, if you have been working one-on-one with people, and you want to transition to a group, and you want to kind of play around with the idea and see how it goes, you know, don't spend a year putting together a program and you don't know if they're even going to want a group program in a particular niche within your business, or a particular topic, or a particular problem. Instead of putting all of this effort into building a group program, or creating the content for the program rather, just start creating the program as you go, okay? If you're an expert in a field, trust me, you know that you've got enough content in you to deliver that, okay? But take a few people, maybe clients you've already worked with, tell them that you would like to focus on a specific topic within what you've taught them before, and take it deeper, okay? And then put it in a 6-week program, put it in a 12-week program, and then use it as beta, maybe for the first, you know, as a beta testing for you, for them, to get feedback. But make sure also that you make it very clear to them that you want them to take it seriously, and that you will expect a testimonial, and then them taking it. See, again, are you confident? Are you confident that what you do works? Okay, so have them write you a testimonial. Okay, that's a way, if you're just starting out, that's a great way to do it. So use a Facebook group. You can put a free Facebook group, put them in there, but make sure that you take it seriously, that you step up to the plate, that you follow through, and they will as well. That really helps. Okay, so your energy will match theirs, and what you know, just make sure that they know your expectations. Okay, so beta testing, that's a great thing to do, but you know, I think it really also it will cut a lot of time out of you creating a program that and content, and then struggle to sell it. Okay, so you'll actually be creating it as you go, and I've done that over the years many times. Okay, so getting back to the confidence component, are you confident? Can you put those results that you get your clients in a measurable way in your marketing? And I want to start seeing that from you. I know I'm not talking to my clients right now, but I want you to start doing that. And if you get in front of me, if you take what I do and it gets in front of me, it'll stand out to me. Okay, so measurable results stand out to me, and I'll like it. So do that. Okay, so People want to hear testimonials. They want to hear this. They want to pick up on the energy and that confidence. They want to feel that before they do business with you. They also want to see your face. They want to get to know your face. So there's something psychological going on there. It's something that is not talked about enough. Being the face of your business is very powerful. That means you've got to be doing it consistently. So if you feel like doing a Facebook Live is a lot of work and it's just like overwhelming, I'm here to tell you, you got to get over that and it will dissipate. That feeling of, it's just a lot, that will dissipate once you start doing it consistently. Okay, it just becomes like second nature, just like anything else. Just like brushing your teeth. Do you feel like brushing your teeth is too much work? It's not. It's not. So me talking about something that I love, right, and putting this information out there and proving that what I do works by, sharing my energy, projecting my energy, and being confident in the results that I get people, that is powerful marketing, and that's what you need to be doing daily if you can. So I'm going to throw that out there as a suggestion. I want you to really reflect on what I just said. Are you confident in what you do? Are you confident in the results? We need to see that in you. We need to hear it in you, in those measurable results. If you feel like that you really need to work with a few people to get those results, and you want to do it in a beta way, do that. So that, and then you don't have to do it forever, but it is a great way to start. I know that there are those that say don't ever work for free. I actually agree with that to a certain extent, but when you're starting out, there's a lot of learning that needs to take place, right? You need to learn what works best. You need to learn, this is the most important, you need to learn who you want to work with. And when you've got a mentor or a coach telling you, you have to know who you want to work with backwards and forwards, right? Because when you're doing your copy and you're writing, you got to know who that person is backwards and forwards. Meaning, you need to understand their problem, understand how they think, understand sometimes even the language that they use when they describe their problem. Okay, these are important. This is good copy. This is how you actually pull them in with your words. Words actually sell. In the end, words sell. Okay, it's not the pretty pictures and all of that. Those are just add-ons. It's the words. So how do you find the words when you don't know their language? Well, there are many different strategies that I teach my clients, but one of the best ways is to actually start working with somebody. Okay, so, and using their words and how you working with them helped them, those words you can use again, and in testimonial form, or here, I'm going to give you another little tip, and I usually share this with just clients, but why not you today? A great way to start understanding your client, your prospect rather, and the language that they use is to go to Amazon.com and look at some of the people in your industry in the books. Okay, so look at some of the authors in your industry. If you're a dating coach, pull up some books and then look at some of the comments, the comments that are, reviews. That's the word I'm trying to think of. So look at the reviews that people wrote for those books. So pull up, if you're a dating coach, for instance, pull up 5 or 6 experts in the industry, and then look to see what people wrote as a review. And the language that they wrote in their review, whether they liked it or not, will help you understand what people want from you. Does that make sense? So that is a really good way. That language, the language that they used in the review, the language people use in comments, in Facebook comments, is really good, a really good way to write your emails, write your content, and get to know your particular customer better. But working with someone, working with a few people, getting clients right away, and working with them, and kind of using it as a way to understand who you want to work with is the thing to do, right? It's the thing to do. It just works. So do that. Go get business right away. Start projecting more energy. And if you have to work with a couple of people, a few people, and you have to come up with a contract or a special agreement between that person so that you are learning just as much as them, right? You're learning how to coach them in a certain way, or maybe if that's a new method. While you're learning, by them learning from you, you can then take that and say, okay, I want another client like this. This is my perfect client. And all the language that they used and even the problem that they had, you can use that in your copy to get more of that particular client with that particular problem. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions, message me, okay? Also, I have a free group called, I'll put the link in here too, Get Moxie, Make More Money, where I do videos and I take topics like this to the next level. I have a program right now going on. It's 6 weeks. It's called Rich, Bliss, and Moxie, where I talk about mindset and money blocks, removing and releasing money blocks, and then I of course share how to raise your prices and a lot of that content that is needed. So there's a lot of logic, and then I also talk about the mind, how to overcome some of these obstacles and fears that we have, but also how to see things differently, because it's how you see things. That is how you change your life and shift your life. You change the way you see things. So that is what that program is about. And then if you're interested in high ticket mastery, that is a year-long program, and I am in there every day teaching people how to write their offer, how to get more clients, how to get better clients, and how to basically take your annual income and then make it in a month and do that consistently, and what it is that you need to do to make that happen. If you're a coach or consultant, this is perfect for you, okay? Especially if you haven't hit your goals yet. Have a great day, and Taylor, are you still on here? I don't know if Taylor's still on here. One thing that my a good friend of mine mentioned is adrenal fatigue, and it's something that we need to talk about more. And I do know there's a connection between our health, right, and our performance level, and the energy that we're putting out, right, and the confidence and so forth, all of that. But I think I might talk about that tomorrow. I might actually bring her on and talk about that. So 10 o'clock tomorrow, I'm going to ask her if she'll let me do that, where I will bring her on camera. Sometimes it works on Facebook Live, and sometimes it doesn't for me, and we're trying to figure out why sometimes it does and doesn't work. So if you have any tips, write that in here, or any suggestions. If you've ever interviewed somebody and it hasn't worked for you here on the live stream, let me know why. And also, measurable results. I mentioned that. It's something that I don't think enough people realize, that is a very powerful marketing. If you go ahead and in the comments here, let's give, if you know what I'm referring to in terms of measurable results, tell us what measurable result you get for your client. Write it here in the comments. I would love to hear it. And then I'll learn more about what you do. Bye.